Hey there, Heather Boyd Wire here, and this week we're going to make some more fidget rings. So what you're going to need for this project is 20 gauge wire, your tools, a ring cone, and a variety of 4 and 6 millimeter beads. So the first ring has just like a little loop that the beads move around here. I cut a piece of 20 gauge wire that's about 8 to 10 inches. It'll really depend on the size of your finger. And we always start by just taking our ring cone and wrapping it around. I'm actually going to do a double loop because the 20 gauge isn't super thick for a ring band. So we'll do that, figure out, what finger that you want it on. And then what you want to do is actually, we're going to twist one of these ends around. So we're going to take this, hold it, and then twist this inside just to secure it. Now, if you want, you can take your flat pliers to hold it in place. Just careful not to scratch it up. And we're going to just wrap it around there and then clip the edge here. And if you want, you can just poke it in a little bit. And then what you want to do is make sure it's nicely, lined up. And then you want to bend this end up just a little bit like that and make a curved shape. So for that, you can take a marker, you can take the ring cone, and then you're just going to take this and make a curved shape. This is aluminum wire, so it's a little trickier to make a nice round shape. Aluminum wire can make little kinks in it, so I often prefer the artistic copper wire. I'm a little low on stock. I just ordered some from the Beadalon company. And so we have our little half loop there, and then we're going to take a couple of beads, whichever ones that you want to go on there. I'll just put a few of these miracle beads, so maybe I'll put the blue ones on there. These are 4 millimeter miracle beads, and you guys know these are my favorite beads, and I'll link up where you can buy them. I buy them on Etsy. And so the idea is you want enough of a loop for these to be able to move around, and when you're happy with the size of that loop, just take this, hold it in place, and wrap this one inside, just in and around, and wrap it as many times as you want. I'm just going to wrap it once and then push in the little pokey, and always the finished touch with the rings is just to position it on the ring cone, and then you can move these beads around like that. So for this one with the circle, the beads move back and forth like that. We're going to take about a 10-inch piece of the 20 gauge wire, take our pliers and bend it a little off to one side at a right angle. We're going to get our ring cone and make a circle. So whatever size circle you want to fit the front of your finger. So bring that around, not too big, and then do a full turn around. Here, pull it nice and tightly, and then bend that one that away. So we're going to go like that, and then you want to form the band with that part. So put it on your ring cone, bring this around here, and then just trim one side a little bit if it's too long. And what we want to do now is take these 2 wires, put them inside the circle, and then bring it back on the ring cone. And just make sure it's in the position you want for the size you want, and bring the wires back. And you're going to do a twist inside to hold them in place. So hold this here, bring the wire inside here, and then just pull it straight up. The same with this one, inside, and then pull it straight up, and put it back on the ring cone to make sure it doesn't get distorted, and then just really pull it straight up like that. If you need to, you can get the pliers to help you out a little bit just to make sure it's nice and tight. And then the idea is you're going to remove it. These are sticking up, but you want them to go straight back across the ring, the circle. So just give it a little help. Hold it here, bend that one straight across, and then this one too on the other side. Hold it here, bend that across, and you'll see what it's going to do. The circle got a little distorted, but you can push it back. So one's going to go one way. You could finish them wherever you want. One's going to go sort of another way here. If you want to tighten these up a bit so they're closer together in the middle, you could definitely do that. Okay, and then try to straighten them up if you can. The copper wire does get a little bit distorted. And then take your your 4mm beads and stick one here on one side and pull the end through again so it stays in place. So we'll bring it around, bring it right around, and you could do a full turn around if you want, or you could just clip it in place. So I'm going to do a full turn around and give it a little clip. And then on this side, if you want to put 2 beads, you can put 2 beads on that side just to give it a little bit of variety. So we'll put 2 beads there. And then the same thing, we're going to just finish this end on this side, pull it through, help it out with the pliers if you need a little help, and just bring it a full turn around. Okay, and clip that. And we want to push the little pokey end in because we don't want it scratching our finger. And this end too. Push that in so it doesn't scratch your finger. Push it right through, just carefully. It's hard with the artistic copper wire that has color on it because it can kind of scrape off, so you just want to be careful. And then here we have another fidget ring, and these you can play with them, put them back and forth. So for this one with the zigzag, we're going to go ahead and take our 20 gauge wire and just bend it a couple of inches from the end here, and we're going to form another round shape around here. This we can adjust the shape of it at some point. And we're going to wind this one around. Okay, bring it to the sort of the surface here at the top. And then we want to form a kind of zigzag thing. So if we're going to bend this that away and get our round pliers and then bend this up and get our larger round pliers and bend this, make it kind of an S formation. So we're going to go like that. And you can actually do any little squiggly wigglies that you want in this within the round form. So whatever looks good to you, and then bring that in. And now what we want to do is put our bead on there. Now I'm using a crimp bead. It's, I think, a 3mm, 2mm crimp bead, but the advantage of the crimp beads is the hole is large, so it can easily go around the curves. Some 4mm beads won't work because the hole will be small. So see, that's the idea. That's going to be around like that. And so what you can do now is you want to form the ring band. So let's go ahead and take our cone and form the band wherever you want it, and you have to bring the band inside the circle. So bring the band inside there, put it back on the cone, and then just bring it back here. Okay, and if you do want a thicker band, you can always bring it around back. And so we're going to just put that there. There's different ways that you can finish it. I think if you want a simple way to finish it, you can just bring this down here. You could maybe twist it through twice if you're worried that it's going to not be secure enough. You could just clip it off too if you want, but I'll bring it around twice just to make sure it's a little more secure. So bring that around here. Okay, bring these together, and then you don't want it poking your fingers, so bring it through a little bit more, cut the end, and then with your flat pliers you can push it down a little bit more. Okay, so we'll just, with our flat pliers, we'll push it in a little bit more to be sure so this bit isn't against your finger, and then put it back on the ring cone just to make sure it's all good. This you really want above your finger. You don't want that sitting on your finger. You want this to be able to move around. So then to finish this other end, you can just take this and even wind it in between these two where I wound it there. You could bring it down there, and you could either wind it around that band or just bring it up. Sometimes it's easier to grip it with the pliers, so just bring it here. Okay, you could bring it here and then just finish it on this side. It's always the trick is to know how to finish off your wires. Sometimes we have these random ends that we have to finish, but the key is to make sure they don't scratch. So now we're going to put it back on the ring form. Make sure these are like lifted up above your finger, and then this little bead can be moved around. So thanks so much for watching the video. Give it a big thumbs up if you liked it. Be sure to subscribe to my channel for lots more DIY wire art and jewelry making videos. Hit the notification bell to be notified when I go live and when I post new videos. And if you'd like to share photos of your work, please join the Facebook group, the Wire Art and Jewelry Makers Club, where we share photos of our work and get inspiration from others. If you'd like to check out our Etsy shop, my husband and I specialize in wire wedding cake toppers and custom jewelry. I'll link up my shop below. Also, if you'd like to receive my monthly newsletters, you can sign up below and I'll send you my Wire Art Essentials ebook with all kinds of ideas for materials and supplies. If you guys have special requests for designs for DIY videos, be sure to let me know, and we'll see you the next time.